Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everybody to a brand new video. It's been a while since I've recorded one of these, or actually feels like a while. I told you guys that I'll be doing something a little bit different every Friday on my channel, maybe every Thursday, Friday or Saturday, in that range when it's close to the weekend. I'm going to try and do something a little bit different on my channel, and that includes anything from quizzes to jurors to reaction videos, anything of that sort I'm doing on my channel. Like usually my channel is focused on a little bit of gaming and focused on gaming videos, and I decided to do a little bit of something different, mixing it up a little bit on my channel by doing these type of things. And I've told you guys that when I start with these videos, I'm going to leave a link of the very first video in the description, and I'm going to leave a link to the playlist in the description. I don't know what I'm going to call the playlist. Maybe I'm going to call it weekend videos, maybe, or pre-weekend videos, something in that range. But what I'm going to do is, okay, first of all, I apologize for last week's video. I didn't record one last week. It was I was really busy, and there was a lot of things I needed to do. The new Call of Duty DLC video came out. I recorded one of those, and there's a Fortnite videos I also recorded. So last week was really busy, and this week as well. But I got a chance to record one for you today. So I'm going to record another Would You Rather. Now yes, I know what you guys are going to say. You already did one the week before last week. Why do you want to do it again? I really have enjoyed a Would You Rather, and today I'm going to bring you a different Would You Rather. Now you might ask, what do you mean different? Different, I mean on a different website. Now this is going to be, they call it the hardest Would You Rather quiz in the world. We're going to go and discuss it as well, just as I said last week or the week before the previous Would You Rather. I'm going to read the question, and then I'm going to describe to you my decision and why I decided to use that specific Would You Rather. So, I hope you guys are excited for this Would You Rather. If you are, smash that thumbs up button for more of these different type of videos on my channel, this pre-weekend videos. And without further ado, let's start this video. A little note, it is raining outside. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I am recording with my phone on voice. If the camera sound is not good enough, it's too loud, I'm going to record with my phone sound as well. So I'm recording my voice on my phone, and you're all going to know what is going on. So if I'm recording it, you're going to hear the difference, but hopefully the camera sound is good enough. So without further ado, let's start with this Would You Rather. Okay, first one, the hardest Would You Rather quiz in the world. Go to the first question. I hope you guys are excited just as I really have enjoyed the previous Would You Rather. Would you rather be invisible or be able to fly? Ooh. This is really difficult. Now I know a lot of you. There is a big, let's say, fight between the two. A lot of people would say be invisible. Then would you think?
Oh no! Why are you being invisible? You would like to go into the ladies' bathroom.
No, I would not like going to the ladies' bathroom.
No, yes you would. That's why you're invisible.
No, nothing about that. I want to be invisible for one specific reason. What was the reason? Being invisible is just amazing. You could do a lot of things. Not going to the ladies' bathroom, stay out of it. There's a lot of things you could do by being invisible. You could spy on people. Maybe not. You could be in a meeting. You could stand next to someone and hear them speak without them noticing you. So being invisible is really nice. I would really like to be invisible. But being able to fly is even a lot better, because you can fly anywhere. You don't really have to worry about gas money, or you don't really have to worry about traveling. You can just fly. If you want to go overseas, you don't have to pay for the plane money or the ticket. So between these two, I really would like to do both, but between these two I'll be able to fly. Because being invisible, you can do a lot of things without being noticed. Maybe you could, it's wrong, don't steal, but you could steal. You could steal without them noticing it. And you could do a lot of things being invisible, but being able to fly would be, I would be a lot better at flying than being invisible. So I'm going to go with fly. Being able to fly, we're off with a flying start. Oh, neat. Okay, it doesn't look like they gave a specific analysis or statistics on who chose more or less, so we're just going to continue on. Alright, next question. Would you rather only be able to whisper or only be able to shout? Now, this was on the previous Would You Rather. I did talk about this. So I'd rather, the previous Would You Rather also asked the same question, and I did explain, but I'm going to explain it again. Would you be able to whisper or only able to shout? I'll be only able to whisper, because whispering is a lot different than shouting. If you want to talk to someone, let's say you want to talk to your father or your mother or your brother or sister that's just in front of you, you have to shout. You can't say something softly, or you can't even say something a secret to them because you're going to have to shout. But if you whisper, because if you shout from close up, it's going to be, it's not going to be nice because you're shouting towards someone and you might, it's going to be loud. If they're from a distance, it's fine because you normally shout to someone that's in a distance. If you want to whisper, if you only be able to whisper, it's fine. Because if you're close to someone, you can just whisper. Sometimes, thunder. Sometimes when you whisper, or sometimes when your voice is gone, you can only whisper. So there is sometimes that you can only whisper. There is sometimes. So I'll be able to whisper, because if you want to talk to someone at a far distance, you can only go to them. It's fine. You can just go to them and whisper to them. But if you're close to someone and you only can shout, you can only shout. There's nothing to do about it. So I told it in the previous one as well. I'm only going to go for whisper. I know, I'm going to go for only be able to whisper. What did you say? Oh, really? What did you say? Okay, fine now. Okay, it doesn't give any statistics, so play with me, and see if you feel and understand the same way as I do. Your opinion is the same, and just play with me and see if you can get the same answer as me, or if you would rather choose the same answer than me. So let's do it between us. Would you rather know when you're going to die, or know how you're going to die? Now, I also heard about this one. A lot of people argue about this one. One people argue when you're going to die. Again, when you're going to die, that's just basic. If you know how you're going to die, there's always two paths. Alright, when you're going to die, now the question is, if you know how you're going to die, the question is, if you know you're going to die, can you avoid it? Like, if you know you're going to, let's say, you're going to be hit by a bus, and you're going to die. If you know you're going to die like by hitting by a bus, is it possible to avoid being hit by a bus and still survive? I don't think so, because if you know you're going to get hit by a bus, there's no way to avoid it because you know you're going to get hit by a bus. So, that's my argument. A lot of people argue the same way, if you know you're going to get killed by, let's say, falling off a building, you're going to avoid getting on high buildings, all those type of stuff you're going to avoid, but it doesn't make sense because you're still going to know that, because that's still how you're going to die. So, that is a lot of arguments going onto the internet, or going through the internet, and I'm going to try and see how it's different. So, that is the conclusion or the argument that's going around. Now, my decision, know when you're going to die, know how you're going to die, I'd rather choose when you're going to die, because how you're going to die, it is going to be scary for you. If you know you're going to be burned alive, you're going to stress a lot, because you're going to know you're going to have to face the pain. If you don't know you're going to face the pain would be a little bit less than it would be without knowing. If you understand what I mean, I hope you do. If you know when you're going to die, it will be a lot better, because you can then plan your life like that. You know you're going to only live like you've got a year left, and you know you can plan your life like that. You can do a lot of different things. You're going to get the chances to come towards you, you're going to take it, because you never know when you're going to get that next chance. So let's say you've got a week to live. What would you do everything? What would you do everything? You would do as much as possible. You would enjoy life to the fullest. You would not be getting angry. You would enjoy life with your friends and family. And that would just be a lot better than knowing how you would die. Because if you know you are going to die, let's say by thunder, right? And you know you're going to die through a thunder lightning striking you. Getting hit by thunder striking. Getting hit by lightning. There you go. I think it's probably the same thing. Anyway, if you know you're going to get hit by lightning, you still don't know when you're going to die, because it might, you just go like, let's say I chose that I would like to know how I die, and I know I'm going to get hit by lightning. At the moment, the next time I go out of the house, the chances big that I'm going to die, because I don't know when I'm going to die. I hope you understand my argument. That is my decision. That's how I see things. That's how I see this. So hopefully you can understand what I mean. If you agree with me or you disagree with me, I hope you understand. Do so. Choose your answer. Let me know what you think. I'm going to go with when you're going to die, because I just told you guys. So I've explained this really, really rough and really, really hard, but hopefully you guys understand. So I'm going to go with know when you're going to die. Tick tock, tick. Okay, it's a clock. Fair enough. Alright. So I know I'm overthinking this a lot, but I'm really enjoying this, trying to think of these type of questions. Really interesting. Okay, next one. Would you rather never be able to open your mouth or never be able to close your eyes? Ooh. I think I already know my answer, but now I have a counter question. I would say never be able to close your eyes. But oh wait. This is interesting. If you never be able to open your mouth, you would never speak again. You would never be able to speak. But you can still do hand languages. You can still write what you want to say. You can still text what you want to say. But if you never be able to close your eyes will be open permanent. And I wanted to choose that one. Honestly, I wanted to choose that one because I don't find it difficult to keep my eyes open. So normally it's most of the time open. But never be able to close your eyes. When you go to sleep, how are you going to sleep if your eyes aren't closed? I can't think of any way you would be able to sleep with your eyes open. So that is the basic, and that's the only explanation I'm going to give. So I'm switching my answer to never open your mouth. Because, as I said, you can still do hand languages, you can still learn hand languages, but how you're going to eat, that's different. If you want to open your mouth, you can't eat, but there is surgeries that goes along with the medical field, that there's pipes you can get through your neck or something that feeds you. So there is other different possibilities to feed you or to have a conversation with someone. But if you can never open your eyes or never close your eyes, you won't be able to sleep. I can't think of a way you can sleep with your eyes closed. Personally, I can't. So I'm going to say be able to open your mouth. Never be able to open your mouth. Well, that's a dumb answer. Thank you very much, but that's my decision. Damn it. Why is that a dumb answer? Why? I don't understand. Why would that be? I'm actually, for interest's sake, I want to do this again and then choose the other answer and just see what it says. Well, that's a dumb answer. Okay, fair enough. It's your decision. Nearly halfway there. Watch out, they're about to get even tougher. Alright, next question. Looks like there's an end to this. Would you rather marry a complete stranger or be forced to have sex with one? Ooh, that's I don't really, I'm high. Okay, personally, if you don't know me that well, I'm high on the list for deciding to get married or to have sex after marriage. I'm really high to that. I'm full support on that. I've just been learned to live like that from I was small, so it goes from me raising up. So I've been learned and I've been taught that you don't have sex before marriage. So I'm going to go stick with marry a complete stranger because you can learn them. You can learn them. You can learn how to speak with them. You can learn who they are, and there's a possibility that you might adapt to each other and you can get along. So I'm going to go with marry a complete stranger. Be forced to have sex with one. It doesn't really sound good for me. It doesn't really sound good. It just doesn't sound right to me. So I'm going to go to marry a complete stranger. I object. Many women are forced into marriages against their will. With 15 million girls married before their 18th birthday every year. But that's their decision. It's always a decision. You always have a decision. Always have a decision. You always have a decision. There's no way you can do something without you decide. The same thing with that, be forced to have sex with a stranger. That would be, if you have sex with a stranger against their will, it would be counted as rape. Because the same thing, many women are forced, the same thing, many women are forced to have sex. So, it's the same thing. So I'm not going to listen to you. You're just talking in circles. It doesn't matter, I'm sticking with my answer. There you go. Alright. Would you rather be locked in a lorry all by yourself or be locked in a lorry with 50 strangers? A lorry. There's a truck. Oh, it's a truck. Alright, so a lorry is a truck. I know it was before, and that's just how it is. So, okay, so a lorry is a truck. You want to be locked in a lorry for the rest of would you be locked in a lorry all by yourself or be locked in a lorry with 50 strangers? I would say, personally, I'm not really that introvert. I would say I'm more of an extrovert than an introvert. So what it means is I'm a lot more outgoing. I like to speak a lot to a lot of different people. I'm not that inside type of people. And I know there are some people that is introverted. It's all normal. It's nothing you can do about it. It is normal to be an introvert. And there's a lot of good people and nice people that are introverts. So I'm more of an extrovert. So I like talking to people, meeting new people, making new friends. Friends is a very important aspect in my life. My friends and my family are number one priority in my life. They make you who you are. So I'm a friends and families are extremely important to me. So I would say be locked in and loyal with 50 strangers because you can make friends. That's how I see it. That's how I see it, 50 strangers, and you can still communicate with someone, learn someone new, what is happening in their life. They're probably going to be in a lawyer for the rest of your life, will be locked in with strangers. Oh, but when? For how long? Let's say it's forever. Let's say it's forever. I'd rather be with strangers. 50 strangers, you can learn them, you can talk to them, you can learn some new people, maybe even make new friends. So I'm going to say be locked in a lawyer with 50 people. Many people are forced to escape their country in terrible conditions in the back of lorries where they run the risk of being crushed or suffering death by obesity. This is not making sense. This is honestly not. It feels like this guy's insulting me. This doesn't make sense. This guy is it even a guy? I'm not sure. This is not even making sense. They run the risk of being exhausted or suffering death by exhaustion. What if I would say I would be all by myself? It would say yes, but you will be depressed because you got no one to live with. Really? Really? Open the next. Go to the next question. Would you rather be eaten by your husband or be beaten by a human trafficker? Now, interesting. Let's say in my position it would be my wife, because I'm not going to be married to a husband. Hopefully I'm going to be married to a wife. Hopefully it's going to go well. So hopefully it's going to be my wife. So let's say you've got been beaten by your husband. Human trafficker. Alright, so human trafficking is as far as I know, human trafficking is the purchase and selling, or the swapping, I would say, of kids or people that is being used for hard labor or sexual activity, something in that area. So I would say be beaten by my wife, because it would just be a whole different story. You know the person. If you knew the person would be beating you, you would know it. So I would say be beaten by my wife, because you would know the person, you know the strongs and the weaks of the person. You can still defend yourself against that person. But human trafficking, you don't know what they're capable of doing. You know what you're capable of doing. So I would say be beaten by my, let's say husband, but I'm going to say wife. In some countries, leaving your husband is punishable by death, whilst domestic violence is not considered a crime. Okay. Leaving your husband is punishable by death. You know what? Sometimes I don't understand this. Next question. Would you rather suffer genital mutilation or never see any of your family again? Wow, deep question. Okay, suffer genital mutilation. It looks, as far as I know, I've never googled this stuff. I know it from my mind. I'm so clever. As far as I know, suffer genital mutilation is more of a female type of thing. I think it's surgery through surgically removing like body parts or internal organs. I think, or maybe the genital area. So suffering genital mutilation is changing the organs maybe, or cutting it out. Or never see any of your family again. Oh, this is difficult. As I just told you guys, family and friends are very important to me. So it's going to sound weird, really it's going to sound weird, but I would rather suffer from genital mutilation, because I just said it before, friends and family are a very important aspect in my life. They are really, really important to me. And honestly, I would just say suffer from genital mutilation because you can still live with them. But I think living without family again is really, really depressing. I know there are people out there that doesn't have a family. So it just shows you in which position they are sitting. So I would say suffer genital mutilation. Female genital mutilation has been recognized as a form of torture, and it can leave women with serious health complications. Yeah. See, it looks like it's female, so it doesn't really comply to me, but if it would comply to me, I would say it's a form of torture, I know, but I would rather sit without genital mutilation or genitals than I would sit without family. That's my personal opinion. I know a lot of you would rather sit without family, but that's just my personal opinion. Alright, would you rather tell an asylum interviewer about how you were abused even though your children are in the room? Or stay quiet and risk being sent back to your home country where you will be prosecuted? Okay, let me just think about this. Would you rather tell an asylum interviewer about how you were abused even though your children are in the room? Or stay quiet and risk being sent back to your home country where you will be prosecuted? Okay, so let's say you have been abused. Okay, I think I understand this right. If you have been abused, would you rather tell an interviewer how you've been abused even though your children is in the same room as you, so they're going to hear how you've been abused, or stay quiet and risk being sent back to your home country where you will be prosecuted. I'm going to say, there's nothing much else to say about this. I would just say tell an asylum interviewer about how you were abused, because they might help in a certain way. They could help you be protected. And the children will learn. They will know what is happening, and they would know what is happening behind the curtains. Because a lot of children don't know what's going on. So for their safety's sake, it's going to be rough on the children, I know, but they're going to know what's going on. They're going to know. They're going to help you through this as well. You can support each other. I'm going to say tell an asylum interviewer about how you were abused, even though your children are in the room. All asylum seekers should be provided with adequate childcare whilst they are being interviewed, so they can freely disclose all the information that is relevant to their claim. This is just one of the right asylums aid is working on. Okay, that sounds good. That doesn't sound like an insult. Interesting. That sent me to a page where I could help refugees. That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna stop it here. That was an interesting Witcher. Honestly, that was an interesting Witcher. It ended off weird. I don't know why it ended off like that. That was just really weird. Anyway, that's going to be it for this Witcher. I really have enjoyed this Witcher. I'm not sure how long. I think we recorded for like 25 minutes maybe. So I'm going to end it off here. That was an interesting Witcher. I really have enjoyed this Witcher. It ended off in a really weird curve, but that's going to be it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this Witcher challenge. I hope you guys are going to have a fantastic weekend. If this video is out, and it has happened before, if this video is uploaded after the weekend, I hope you guys have enjoyed your weekend. I'm going to try and I'm going to edit this one very quick so I can upload it still in the weekend so you guys can still enjoy it. If it's not, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. So, without further ado, I hope you guys have enjoyed this Witcher. If you have, smash that thumbs up button for more of these different types of videos. And starting the weekend off, I'm going to start making more of these videos. Keep up the hard work. Hopefully you guys are excited for that. And hopefully I can keep up the consistency so you guys know when to watch these type of videos and what you're going to expect from next week. So, I'm going to work hard towards it. Hopefully you guys are excited just as I am. And if you would like to see more of these type of videos, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to stay updated on all of upcoming videos. Get notified as soon as one of my videos comes up. That has been Witcher, that has been you, and that has been me. I'm gonna see you all in a brand new video. Goodbye.